to your citizen work.
Yeah,
I tried getting into mine too, and I can't remember what it was.
I'm not too worried about it, right?
I'm not either. I think I'll know
Yeah,
if something's going.
but I'm afraid to tell people about it, don't get in the audience, so know what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, right, that's
Yeah, yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah,
the once it's up, that shows that your life.
are they still over by the
Once
park?
it's done, that's your life.
Oh, we're live now.
Or are they still at the park?
All right, guys, you ready?
They're artisan. They're paywalls, they're on the road. Yeah. RV life.
Morning, today is Monday, August 4th. It is now 10:02 p.m. or excuse me, 10:01 a.m. Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Board of Directors from the Alcohol Meeting Board. We'll do roll call, starting with Director McGowan. Here. Director Owenby. Here. Director Hauser is on Zoom.
Here.
And Director Weidling will be excused, however, I will call him for a couple of the votes if he's available. He's on the road. And Director Jones is here. So if everybody will stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
For which it stands,
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, and justice for all.
So approval of the minutes. Move to approve. Anybody have to that? I will entertain a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve today's agenda.
Second. All right, have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All right, roll call please.
Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Owenby,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yep.
Director,
Yes.
motion carries 4-0.
And moving on to item 3 on the agenda, approval of the minutes. Y'all had a chance to review and approve the minutes. The only change I suggested to the minutes was under the sections where we were adding the signers to the bank account to make sure that the names of those positions were added. They're on there was the treasurer, vice president, and the president. So yes, it has added the names to those two. So I would move for entertain a motion to approve as amended. So moved. All right.
Second.
Second. All right. Have a motion and a second for approving the minutes as amended. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Director McGowan, Director Owenby,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yes.
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
That's good.
You still-
Check my job. Okay, moving on to item 4, financial report. Our treasurer, Director Weidling, is on the road and unable to give us that report. He did not send me anything in new news over the last few days, so we will skip the treasurer's report. The only thing to really put in there is that once we have these minutes, I'll wait with you, Director Owenby, and we will go to the bank. On that note, we should probably decide which bank we want to open that account with. I would suggest we use Evergreen Federal. I was, I think the same, just between, my thought was between Evergreen and Road. Yeah. Suggestions. Yeah. Correct. So one thing is the FDIC secured up to $250,000. Banks would have to secure, and there usually is a fee for that. And so I'm not sure what Evergreen is versus what Road. It may be an option because we are
for our specific communication state team or other. Really that. Office, but most of the areas are kind of atmosphere, but. That very close connection. Feels like we just have that conversation.
That's, yeah, I was thinking of it in her area.
The communities consider splitting. Like your, and everything.
As far as keep the amount under
Or, yeah, or just just put two different councils close to now. And having two. Community banks.
yeah, the road had a pretty good interest on their savings and so.
Yeah, short term CDs. Have we looked into the budget anymore?
No, just waiting until we're actually at that stage. Once we have this thing down for this year's operating budget, then we'll have a.
Okay. So we guys should have some bank.
Yeah, I know we need the number for that as well, so I can go to it. And that, yeah, the SBA. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Alright. Okay, and so it's not on the. It's not on our. Oh, the Ralph Welding is calling in, so stand by. Hey Ralph, got you on speaker.
Alright, yeah, here's some noise in there, but once you start to write them, take off, and we're done. Yeah, as long as I got another, this is the phone.
All right, were you able to try the Zoom link through the phone?
No, I go, I am.
Okay,
Wi-Fi.
okay. We'll have you on here, then I'll keep you on speaker. Providing nobody calls in. All right, we just, we're actually finishing up the financial report. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, because I haven't had time to do anything with any of the stuff, because we left on 31st with the guys that arrived 2 days earlier. And I can take them on some rides.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move past the financial report then. We were just discussing the,
Preference of every.
yeah, oh, there you go. Do you have a preference of Evergreen Bank or Road Credit Union?
Well, I use the credit unions are really great. But I don't have a preference.
Okay. And Roy, do you have a preference for the bank?
We use Rogue. We like Rogue, but whatever works, honestly, whatever works for everybody.
I know Evergreen does a lot for nonprofit.
I think we can start different.
Okay,
The second or stuff
all right.
that's my thought.
So, we able to do that into the financial report to make a motion in that? Okay. So I would entertain a motion, for setting up a bank account with Evergreen.
Yeah, I'll make that motion, you set up a partnership account with everything. I'll second it. If you make it, I'll second it.
Okay.
You said it.
So I have a motion and a second to set up our initial bank account with Evergreen. And any discussion on that? All right, hearing none, we do the roll.
Yes, Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Allenby,
Yes.
Director Whiteley. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Ralph?
I lost it.
Might have lost him.
Would you like to say excused on that one?
Excuse? Sorry.
Director Hauser
Yes.
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
All right, lost. The director Wyoming, somewhere between Washington and Idaho. Okay, so we will get it once these minutes are approved, well, since they're approved now, and once they happen, I can come in with Director Owenby and we can get that set up at Evergreen Bank, up to them. Perfect. Okay, moving on to item 5 on the agenda. Did not get any. This might be. You turn the volume up for that, so he calls in again, and we good. Don't have any public here who wants to speak today. Audience, all right, so seeing no public comments. We'll move on to item 6. Old business, so district telephone number. Any update on that? Were you able to secure that number for us?
I'm sorry about that. I did get the application submitted. Basically, it's a intent to purchase their services. So I'm waiting because we are government to be waiting for that group to contact me back, and that's where they'll go forward and say, yes, we need the father number one. So I filled out the application last week, and hear from them. The gal that represents us out of Bolton's notification, though they would not be.
Okay.
So I should hear something in the next few days. It's usually 40 business hours, which once she gets back and submits it, it'll be Wednesday. So yes, we are in the process. It's just a matter of waiting for that particular group to hold us.
Okay. All right, well, for now, everybody can reach us through the email address. It's Joco RFPD at gmail.com. That's JOCO RFPD at gmail.com. Until we have a phone. All right. So moving on to item B under item 6E. Administrative assistant contract. So last week we approved the language for the contract. And then this week, I think we need to solidify the contract and sign it. And I would like to give a little bit of a background on this the administrative assistant position, just for the public that might be watching and wondering what we're doing here. So like I said, last week we amended the contract language and approved as amended. Today the board would like to officially enter into the contract with Cassie Austin. The background of this, Cassie has spent a lot of time working on the formation of this district. Back when the Board of County Commissioners formed the district in 2024, she had done a lot of work on the formation documents and was very instrumental in the creation of this district. Once the Board of Directors were elected, the County Commissioners allowed Mrs. Austin, to assist us in getting started. So I want to make sure to thank the current County Commissioners for allowing her to help us get our legs underneath us and get started on this district. So thank you for that. Once the Board of Directors, I already said that. Anyway, she's been keeping our minutes, assisting with our agenda publications, and assisting with resolutions and policies, public hearing notices, and so much more. Again, a big thank you to this current board for allowing her to spend her time here with us. So the board doesn't want to take advantage of their hospitality and assistance, so we've decided that it'd be best to enter into a contract with Cassie Austin for her to work here for us outside of her current employment with Josephine County. So that's what this current administrative assistant contract is all about. So with that, I would entertain a motion for us to enter into this contract with this.
Yeah, so I would make a motion that we enter contract with Cassie in accordance to our service agreement. Second.
All right, so I have a motion and a second on entering the administrative assistant contract with Mrs. Cassie Austin. Any more discussion?
I would just like to say thank you very much as well. I recognize how much time and effort and energy you put in, as well as the detail you bring to the needs that we have, the district has. A personal experience that I always have. That's how I was overseen, user centered stuff was really valued time. What you bring to us, and
Thank you.
Yep, I'd like to agree with that. Thanks, Cassie. Appreciate your time and your efforts to keep us aligned.
Thank you.
Yes.
Stole it all.
I'll echo that as well, and sorry for the interruption in the phone, I was trying to get a little Ralph so we could vote on it, but. Sounds like he is unavailable again, so
Draw fair time.
any more discussion? All right, if you would call the roll, please.
Yes, Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Ownby,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yes.
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
All right, welcome aboard. All right. Moving on to item 7 on the agenda, public hearing for the proposed name change of Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District. Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Board of Directors will now open a public hearing regarding the proposed name change to the district at 10:17 a.m. So overview for this proposed name change. When the district was formed by the commissioners at the end of 2024, it was given the name Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District. And as a board, we decided that the name is very misleading to the community. It indicates that it would be all of Josephine County under this district, and it is not. It also gives the impression that other communities that this district was taking over their districts, which again, it is not. So by changing the name, we remove the confusion in the community. And then in trying to decide on what the name should be, all current fire districts in Josephine County are named by a geographical location. For example, Wolf Creek Fire, Williams, Illinois Valley, Applegate, and then Grants Pass Fire for the city of Grants Pass. So in going with those same parameters, we decided on Mid-Road Fire District, since this district sits in the middle of the Rogue River. We decided that that would be an appropriate name for this district. So at this time, I would open it up for testimony for anybody that wishes to discuss this matter with the board. We had none in writing, none in wanting to join in on Zoom. So if there's anybody here in the audience that would like to speak on this topic. All right. Seeing none, we'll move to board deliberation. Do we have anything we want to discuss on the name change?
We have discussed and yeah.
Right.
Just note that I did see a private entity out there titled Mid-Road Fire contractor for fire services. So just so you know that there could be that confusion knows that they are a fire district. Mid-Road Fire.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
There a while now.
Yeah.
There is one. Miss Road Fire.
Yeah, it's spelled just like we were going into, but it's not a district, obviously, so I just want to make sure that is noted that they're not part of that. Is it Road Fire Protection, are they identified? And I just read in Road Fire or, yeah, I used to know. So,
Do you expect that to be cause any controversy in the future?
I would not expect to be a controversy. I just want to make sure that it's known that we're aware that there's Mid-Road Fire out there. It's a contractor, not
By the wild man.
correct. So long as we understand that there is already a name behind this one. No. But we're gonna run into that, a lot of things, especially with that many contractors out there.
Right.
So make it aware, we're not suggesting a change that I think we should move forward.
Okay. Mr. Hauser, any discussion on that?
I would also mention that I know of a couple of rogue fire contractors. One is a federal Viper contractor who does engines, and then there's also one who does Oregon Department of Forestry. So, yeah, there are a couple of rogue fires out there.
Those have the name Rogue Fire, though, correct?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
they're not using the word district at all, and I think that should be protection enough to,
Yeah.
so.
All right. Well, then, I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2025-002 in the matter of authorizing the name change of the Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District to Mid-Road Fire District. So moved. Second. All right, so I have a first and a second. First and a second, authorizing the name change of the Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District to Mid-Road Fire District. And any further discussion? Hearing none, let me see if I can reach Ralph on the phone again. I can vote on this. See if it goes through.
Welcome to the US Cellular voicemail 5.
Does not sound like he's available, so call the roll, please.
Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Posey,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yes,
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
We'll have that resolution to sign here for you to see. New business. Oh, sorry, yes, I will close the public hearing at 10:23 AM. All right, item 8, new business, committee reports. Staffing, so Director McGowan, Director Hauser, anything regarding the fire.
Tying directly with Director Howley, however, I in contact with Chief Porter Slutno, who is retired Lebanon Fire Chief. He works directly for the SAO, he represents their contract for service, for lack of a better term, for interim fire chiefs. So we had some good conversation. He asked, what is it we needing to accomplish, or what would, it would be Gordon, more than likely, what are our needs for a interim fire chief with not having established fire stations, firefighters. Which he very well learned from SDAO, Office of State Fire Marshal is very well over just Uniform District, what that tail, and he did want to reiterate that they're contacting for anything and everything that we may have come up. In our conversation, he had a family emergency come up, so I'm gonna get a hold of it today to work out what maybe some ideas on what that would potentially cost. What the services are to provide, however, they need a little bit more, like give feedback on what each emotions are. And above.
So on that, then what would our aims be?
I just jotted the 3 things real quick at the top of my head is the interim fire chief should obviously be working with rural metro and be that liaison between the two, working with the EOC. Because there's a lot of times they need the extra help in there. Rural metro might not have the manpower to sit down, so that would be something I would say that chief must be able to do it as a PIO.
Yeah.
Or between. And then.
And then policy creations.
Yeah, I think you may have said, I'll do anything other than policy.
Yeah.
Also to.
Well, he could work with us on radio policy.
He was true. Yeah. He was like. Process and ran also.
Well, I could say it,
But that's a lot of what we need.
yeah, there's either public, shelter.
Yeah,
I see you talk to, but.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if having somebody like Gordon, the person who should carry the district phone, that should be, that's
so that we have somebody who can answer a lesson. Get back to you. Get it to the right person. You were the chief. And so I see them sort of well, I understand, but if we're gonna have a public image of a fire chief district, I think that would be the best suited. Because his sole role is to be that thing. Yeah, but I'm talking about the district, general cover. Yeah.
Right, but he would be the one on that.
Yeah, or the guys, us, Cassie. And we could liaise that. I didn't want to speak on that. That was one thing I said we would need right away. It's that contact with the liaison for yeah, provide the services. For that will make it. Yes, we brought our dental appointment. He starts sharing all the things. Everything he says seems to be exactly what we needed from him before. But and he also said, you know, come to our board meeting, you can say, here's what we can offer you. And then have some feedback on what our MPs are. Do that from the board. Take that back to the SBA, so you're in the package together. Offer. Actually, that's something that he did me to the conversation that they're looking for all of those things. That's wanting to work with us, meaning the financial aspect. And the prorating or not.
So
Good stuff.
the fire data we talked about somebody Gordon was out of district out of county. Or anyone else want something.
They could do that. Let's say for STO. They're right there. Right. He would be okay.
Yeah, it's having your.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanna, set that up with him then for a time that he can come down, meet with us. Make that either into a workshop, or if it happens to fall.
It was cycling through my mind. This is about to front board. We have some local retired.
Forgot.
I don't know if we just do that.
Talking about odds.
You guys
being odds. I don't think their names.
Yeah, there's.
like she got specifically she get more. He was also retired. I think he hadn't reached out about him yet, but
I was also,
No.
that I was kind of thinking.
One of my friends too.
That role in,
Met you guys.
I think first thing we need to do is go through the SDAO, and if we have a local meeting, then the SDAO can contact, I think it'd be better to run everything through that and not against the local member. They're great, I think, great resource and value, but we need to focus on staying with SDAO and follow that program.
Well, they could, one of the things Gordon suggested, he said if there is a local state chief tribal or chief of plan, they would task themselves as SDAO, so they should go channeling through our process, utilizing SDAO.
Right. I think that's the best route. Okay.
In my picture. Austin is not. My picture. Be my prayer. Robbie Balbino.
Suggestion your chief of having a workshop, so it isn't in general meeting. Should be able to share. I'll say that as well as answer the question.
Is it important to come up with what we think a job description should look like, or should we? That's kind of how that workshop.
That's exactly my requirements and listening for the board. We can identify some things we got, but I'm sure they have other things that we haven't considered yet, so I would agree. I think that's a good thing to consider. It gives more vetting to that conversation in person.
Keeping in mind that the job description is going to change as the district. Once they become tackle based,
Now is not working.
Exactly.
So that was Internship Society.
Yeah, just, do that and then, figure out a date to work best on it. Communications, so Director Whitelink and myself, he was working on looking into the Starlink.
Cutting that mistake on
The other, Starlink, looking into that, so he hasn't got back on that.
And Scott was
Other
Donnie.
communication items,
Oh.
Obviously website and YouTube and then Zoom. So we've got Zoom and YouTube up working together right now. So get a little better with the communication portion, getting the information out to the public is the next thing, and then that would be when we develop a Facebook or website.
I do have some follow, I don't know that it really fits my new business, but I. Facilities. A facility.
Oh. We can do that under additional. Yeah, I can remember again. Yeah. All right, so no more on communications policies and procedures, Director Ownby and myself.
Yeah,
It's on today's agenda. And then the consideration committee with Director Wiley and myself, we're waiting till he gets back from his road trip.
That's the right thing.
Yes, that's the 90, we have 90 days, so we are 35 days into that 90-day period right now, so. We're working on that, I gotta bring something to the board of, what we would like to present to elementary with that. Okay, moving down to item B, resolution 2025-003. In the matter of adoption of the Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Public Records Request Policy. So last week we amended the policy language and accepted the policy language. This week now we need the resolution to actually put that into effect. So I would entertain a motion to approve and adopt resolution 2025-003. In the matter of the adoption of the Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Public Records Request Policy. However, we will probably have to put this on the next agenda to have these renamed. But we do have to wait. We have a 30-day waiting period for that. So in a future agenda, we will be renaming all of these policies, but for right now, we'll continue as it is presented with Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Public Records Request Policy. So moved.
Second.
All right, so I have a motion and a second to approve and adopt resolution 2025-003 in the matter of the adoption of Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Public Records Request Policy. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Director McGowan,
yes.
Director Ownby,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yes.
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
All right, moving on to item C, resolution 2025-004, matter of adopting Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District purchasing and contracting rules and policy. Again, this is the policy that we approved as amended for the language last week. This week we need to adopt it into what's the word I'm working just adopt it into our policies. So I would entertain a motion to approve and adopt resolution 2025-004 in the matter of adoption of the Josephine County Rural Fire Protection District Public Purchasing and Contracting Rules Policy.
So moved.
Sorry. All right, I have a motion and a second to approve and adopt resolution 2025-004. I need to read the rest of it. All right, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Director McGowan, Director Oldby,
Yes.
Director Hauser,
Yes.
and Director Jones.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Okay. And moving on to item 9, correspondence, the letters, emails, documents received. I was actually gonna stop at the mailbox today before I came here, but then I forgot. So I will go after this and see if there's anything in our mailbox. That, I didn't see any. Anybody else have any emails to them regarding the fire district? All right, moving on to additional matters. So open floor for the board reports, requests, or comments.
I did just have a conversation with the potential office space. Station, if you will. I spoke with Representative Best Brothers. And asked what their planning was for the. Really nice facilities that they're vacating here in our field. Thank you. Talk to them too. So I put me in contact with their leader who is putting together their exit strategy.
He was a poser.
And I'm not gonna get into us with anything, so if there's some opportunity for some consideration of that space. Our fire district is looking for office space to build as a home. And I'm very, very encouraged and excited to continue for conversation in the future. So I did ask that we could put it in the next exit strategy. Whatever the purpose of that facility looks like. Get that consideration. Both facilities, the one. Straight or the industrial park. And the industrial park, okay.
I don't know if it's picking up. Ground on the mic is also enough. As long as you clear the door, right?
Make sure it's unlocked now.
Thank you.
Training line. So we're in the mix and I expect I'll reach out to that person who is facilitating that particular plan for their company. And if they would like, we'll have a conversation with them. Or even if they offer that, they will be that first right with you, whatever that may be. I can put it on the solution.
You know, when that is done, be able to be now, but you know that yet, this.
I don't know which one these are. This is also sorry. Yeah.
Well, there's two, there's the original, well, there's the original and then there's the roasting facility. It's they're not leaving the roasting facility, right?
Potentially.
Oh,
I don't know what their thought is, but their aspects is to their new facility in Harrison.
They have a roasting facility in the country,
Yeah.
it's a expanding, that's great. So it's a little easier, what I told was a little easier for them to get their stuff out. Because the major shipping truck, so, yeah, potentially they are.
It's a shame, it was a man, but it was a really. A little bad, yeah, good, if I could get settled on them.
Yeah, I will put it on this ready to be back up. Bring that to the board.
More on that. Anything from you?
I want to follow up last week, I mentioned that we should look at emergency notifications with Austin. And if you haven't seen the post that Bill Metro posted from Sarah, definitely go back and look into that. She laid it out really well. Information about what's going on around you and to get notified.
Yeah, and once we have our website, I think we'll definitely have
Get all
all that information posted on it.
So yeah, thank you for getting that out there, Sarah.
Thank you,
She
thank you, Sarah. Director Hauser, do you have anything for board reports, requests, or comments?
Nope, I think we're good. Do we have an idea when that website's gonna go up?
No, not yet. we gotta find out, through SBAO, I gotta check to see if they actually received our payment yet. Make us official members, but, we can, once that's done, we can start working on the website through them. All right, so the only thing I have, a couple thing IP purchase updates. So I went through and found all the items that we discussed, we needed for being able to be on Zoom and trying to find it locally to be able to get a check cut to go purchase it, is not gonna happen. I did find that the best availability and prices were actually through Amazon. However, using a debit card for 31.58 isn't gonna happen. So we're gonna wait till we get it. So the totals came up with $3,158 for these items, and that is the meeting owl, the it's an HDMI cable, a mouse pad, a mouse, waterproof laptop case, a Dell Inspiron 15, 40 megs of RAM, 1 terabyte drive, and it comes with lifetime Microsoft Office, which is a good thing. That number. And then a 32-inch smart TV for being able to show the Zoom people. Do you think 32 inches is going to be enough? I was thinking that was enough to easy enough to tote around with us and not get too big. All right, and then obviously extension cords, and then a USB cable extension for the owl, so the owl will be out in the middle of the room, and then a carrying case for the owl. So those were the items that I came up with. Is there anything we should add to that? Oh, one more thing, sorry, there is a tripod for that owl also, so you can set it up in the middle of the room. But
Did we bring up the mobile Starlink? Can we talk a little bit about that?
about the Starlink? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, a mobile Starlink, having one available.
Yeah, Ralph was, or Director Whiting was looking into that, and
Okay.
Since he's on vacation right now, we were waiting till he got back.
Okay, great. Yeah, I do have one, and yeah, they're great. It's a great piece of equipment.
Yeah, so once we have that and all these items, we would be able to have our public meetings live streamed with ease.
Yep.
All right, like I said, once we get the bank account up and running, and we have a debit card for the bank account, we can order that.
And then a lot of name changes to, oh,
Yes.
which Brad said it's not a problem. I did ask him, we do change midstream, so that's
Okay. Okay, and then workshop, so, you know, we mentioned the workshop with the SDAO and the fire chief, but do we want to do a workshop with, other local fire board members and some local fire chiefs and, the state fire marshal's office to do like a whole Q&A, session with them for a workshop, make sure that we're heading down the right path, or we want to just use this, the SBA and fire chief for that workshop. You want to include everybody else as well.
It would be potentially more helpful for us to meet them individually, like with the fire chief. To operate in capacity, and then maybe establish what our goals would be from that. And then look into some workshops. I know for Evans Valley Fire District, their board is very, would be very open to discuss just what their vision is, what their thoughts are, their goals, how do they impact them from sea level. Would be great to some time after our vote with fire chief representative.
our local. So we do a workshop with SDAO and the SDAO fire chief. Start with that one as a workshop. And then from there move on, maybe bring in other individuals.
I think we need to make sure that we recognize other districts like the one recognize yourself. If we go to another district, we need to go through the chief. Correct. And I don't think that's a good idea for us to try and hold a board workshop outside of the chief, so it should be just like he said, interim chief or the chief. People should be going through the chief, not just going straight to us. We should represent our district first. And going to other districts like that and intervening is kind of like outside of our district parameters. It should be the chief that is crossing those and representing us and vice versa. So once that's set up, we can follow the direction of our chief, and if they want to do something like that, we can encourage it to work. But for us to step out as a operations type position, I don't think is a good idea, but I think we should wait to go chief to like him or her.
Yeah,
Like that, and
my thought was that we would invite the local fire chiefs to their workshop for us. So maybe that's something we'll start with the fire chief first, have a workshop again. Figure out who or how to select our fire chief, and then once we have that fire chief, do a possible workshop.
And I'm all for it if that's something that they want to do, and then invite the board members as well, but I want to support the new chief in that position. I think the other person needs to be crossing those lines. And opening the school. But
Just wanted to throw it out there, see that's.
it's a good idea, I just don't think it's ready yet.
Okay. So we'll start, once we get to do that. When you, we'll pick a date for that workshop with the SBU fire chief. Okay. All right. Well, anything else? Yes, that's good. All right, with that, I would move that we adjourn today's meeting. So we do it as a move and not a motion. We don't really need to do a roll call, right? We can do it without objection.
I think you need to have an objection, I
Oh,
think you as a chair, definitely, you could just.
I knew in that thinking that Robert's rules said that we had to do. Make sure that everybody else wanted to close the meeting at the same time. So without objection, we will adjourn today's meeting at 10:49 AM. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
See you, Roy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I was just about ready to get booted out of my room anyways.